Well, hello. I don't know if you heard that, but it was a couple double intros going on, but never mind. There's always some kind of tech issue here at Live Talking Blues. We're here every Wednesday about 8 o'clock at night. And tonight we've got three special guests tonight. And the first guest, they're responsible for this club in Twickenham, voted place to go to see the best blues in England. And we have tonight the two owners of the club. Would you please welcome to Live Talking Blues, Gina Way and Warren Walters. Hello, guys.
Hi.
Come on in. Okay. Hi, everyone. How you guys doing?
Yeah, fine. Thank you. Great. Thank you for inviting us.
Well, thanks for popping in. We won't even talk about the intro right now. I probably heard what I heard. I just wanted to say that they said that you guys had over at the Eel Pie Club is what we're talking about. If I didn't say, and yep. It's a blues club. Is it a private members club or is it everybody can come and say like? Because I say that you had 1,200 people in your membership catalog.
No, anybody can come along. Everybody. We do have a membership though, and it just means that with members, it means that they get on my mailing list. And they can also get a cheaper price to come into the club. So that's what the advantage of being a member.
Okay.
So,
yeah. Okay, so when did the club start? When did you guys take over, or did you build the club from bricks and mortar? How did it start?
It started in 2000, and it wasn't our idea. I have to admit it. It was the idea of a guitarist musician who was local by the name of Tom Nolan. And it was his idea, and he'd been trying to start up clubs, and he hadn't been very successful because, you know, he played the guitar and he wasn't very good at doing it. And so on the back of a couple of concerts that Warren and I had promoted with the Yardbirds.
Was that like 1998?
Yeah, that's right, 1998.
That was the Yardbirds, yeah.
That was the Yardbirds concert. Yes, Tom Nolan asked us if we would be interested in starting a club with him. And so, anyway, we did, and the rest is history.
He was trying to start a blues club in the back sort of rooms of pubs. All got closed down by the police because he didn't have any legal authority to do it. And I being a lawyer, then legalized it all. And he said, okay, can you come on board? Let's start a blues club. Gina's idea to call it the Eel Pie Club, preserving the heritage that began on Eel Pie Island in the 60s. And we did that.
That's right.
And we thought it would last 4 weeks. 21 years later, once lockdown is finished, we're back there.
We'll get to that in a second. We'll get to that lockdown business and when you're going to be back. I want to dive into the history just a little bit more because you mentioned the Eel Pie Island. So when did that club close? Or there was rumors that did it close or down or what happened then?
Well,
the old Eel Pie Club.
Yeah, the old Eel Pie Club. Yeah, what happened was that there was the Eel Pie Island Jazz Club, and they used to concentrate on jazz musicians. And then it gradually changed over to UK rhythm and blues, and you got such bands as the Rolling Stones and Downliners Sect, who we have at the club, and Rod Stewart, Long John Baldry, Jeff Beck, and all these people played over on Eel Pie Island. And it was run by a man called Arthur Chisnell. And he was doing it really as a social thing. He didn't really want to make money at it. And he just really wanted to give the kids what they wanted. And he was very much for getting teenagers the proper education they wanted. And so anyway, I used to go over to Eel Pie Island in the 1960s and go and see these amazing bands.
Have you got tickets still? Have you got any memorabilia still?
A lot of people who come to the Eel Pie Club now do still have their tickets and still have their membership cards. Yeah.
Fantastic. And so from there, you guys open up the Eel Pie Club, rather than call it Eel Pie Island, you just call it Eel Pie Club with the history behind it. And so did a lot of followers that used to come to the island, did they start coming to your club? Did you notice that?
Yes, we have quite a few people that used to go over to Eel Pie Island. And as you were saying before, it actually burnt down after it was closed down eventually, the Eel Pie Island Jazz Club, for being unsafe. And then it was opened up a couple of years later by a chap called Caldwell Smythe, and he concentrated more on the hard rock and progressive rock bands. So, and then eventually he left. I don't know quite why, but eventually the building, the hotel, was burned down under mysterious circumstances.
Well, it started being a haven for hippies and all sorts of the swinging cool people of the 60s, I suppose. And they were in there. And there was
cool.
Yeah, lots of...
Swinging cool, you mean like...
Well, it was a hippie commune.
It was a hippie commune there. And eventually, maybe they turned the electricity off, didn't have a shilling for the meter. Because it burnt down. They probably used all the wood.
They were actually tearing down the doors and actually burning it.
Yeah.
Well, that's mysterious. That's just trying to survive, wasn't it? I mean, back in those days, and they were putting the coins in. I mean, you just said, when I first come over here, the first time I visited here, I think I remember you had to put a coin in the meter box, just to get the electricity. I think you had to do that with the television as well, didn't you? I think
that's right. You did for the electricity, yes, absolutely.
Pay television.
I used to go and sit in the car to keep warm.
Exactly. Well,
going forward, down under mysterious circumstances, and no one really knows what happened, but it burnt down. Yeah.
I guess forensics weren't what they are today, isn't it? I mean, they can tell what happens with anything these days. You know what I mean? Well, we won't go into that. It always amazes me, the macabre, anyway. But so going a little bit forward with the Eel Pie Club, you have a house band there. Which we'll talk to one of the people in the band, the All Stars, and you've got people coming from all over the world playing at the Eel Pie Club. That's been open since, what'd you say, since 2001, was it? 2000, yeah. Mm-hmm. And so what was that like taking it over? Were you in the club business, or did you just kind of, I know, Warren, you said you were a lawyer, and Gina, were you an actress, or were you working in the entertainment business?
No, not at all. What happened was that Warren was producing some charity galas.
I started I was in a law firm for 32 years in East London, and one of our clients was the Hackney Empire Theatre in East London. Famous theatre. And Gina and I met at Pineapple Dance Studios in Covent Garden, and I decided lots of dancers sitting in the green room there and smoking and drinking and whatever. I decided, why don't I put on a variety of dance and do it for charity? And so this is what we did in 1989. I even invited, never mind, I forgot his name. And we did that. We got lots of press on it, and then it built up year after year until it got really, really big. We used to have cast members from West End shows, lots of celebrities, and lots of graduates from the top performing arts colleges in London. And we did 2 Royal Gala performances, and it just went on and on from 1989. Dustin Hoffman was invited to the first show. Yeah. And we got great publicity as a result of that. He was doing Merchant of Venice in London. And it went on and on from 1989 to 2003. And the last one we did was 2003. It was all for charity. And as I say, it just got bigger. And so we had a lot of grounding on that. And that led to the Eel Pie Club.
And it was a great start. After, back in those days, this was before Strictly Come Dancing, it was really difficult to promote dance because people just were not into going to see dance shows. So when we actually promoting music, it was just a piece of cake, wasn't it, in comparison?
Yeah.
The first Yardbirds gig that we put on in Twickenham, we could have sold it 3 times over. We had a limit of 450 people we could have had in there, but people were begging us for tickets. It was absolutely unbelievable.
It was the first gig of its kind since the 1960s.
I see.
Don Crane, Don Crane of the Downliner sect, who is now our musical director for the Eel Pie All Stars, said that at the time, and he was one of the bands featured, as well as the Yardbirds and Art Wood. It was covered by think, Channel Radio 4, and we recorded a live album. But that started it in 1998, and it moved on from there.
Yes. Well, I'd like to talk about what happened. We talked about lockdown a minute ago, and I want to just move a little bit forward into just before lockdown. You've had some. Name a few people over the last couple of years that you've had at the Eel Pie Club in Twickenham. Who are some of the people that when you open up again, they might be able to come and see?
Well, Mud Morganfield, in fact, the son of Muddy Waters, who I know you know. He is he's the most wonderful performer. He's just such a great performer of the blues. We did have Kyla Brock's books before lockdown, and we're really hoping that she's going to come back.
Kyla Brock, she won the best. She won the
blues artist? Yes, best
she
blues
won
artist.
the blues. That's right, best blues artist.
Yeah. We're going to be starting off after lockdown. With fingers crossed. Boris's idea is that everything's going to go back to normal on the 21st of June. So our first gig is going to be on the 24th of June, hopefully, fingers crossed, with the Eel Pie All Stars, which is our house band.
That's right.
Following that, we've got the Cinelli brothers, and they've been nominated twice for the British Blues Awards. They're from Italy.
Yes.
Well, Gina's got a full list virtually to 2022 because of all the rescheduling as a result of not doing anything for last year. And all you lovely
done to you, Gina.
If you log into eelpieclub.com, you can see the events and all the events we've got coming on. We've got some major stars involved. Yeah. So,
And then also in July, we've got Atomic Rooster. It's not a blues band, it's a progressive rock band, but they played on Eel Pie Island in the late 60s, and they are very well known. So we're really happy to.
Well, Patsy, let's see. Well, let's give people a little bit of a taste of what the Eel Pie Club is putting on. We have a clip of Mud Morganfield, so we're going to get Patsy to run that, and then we'll get our next guest on as well, and then we can go back to you guys and talk about what's to come. Here's Mud Morganfield. Let's have a look. That was Mud Morganfield, the eldest son of Muddy Waters. Well, listen, guys, that's what you can see when you get over to the Eel Pie Club, which opens again on, which is June 24th, was it? I think we got scrolling across the bottom of the screen there. But without further ado, let's bring our next guest. You mentioned the Eel Pie All Stars, and we have the lead guitarist of the Eel Pie All Stars, and his name is Robbin. BiBi, come on out of the green room, Robbin. What's happening?
Oh, hello.
Hey, man.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Hi, Robin.
Hello,
yeah, we can hear you a little bit. You're a little bit faint, but that could be my headset, so don't worry about that. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Kat. Yeah,
hi, Robin.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi,
Gina.
Robbin.
Hi, Warren. How you
Hi,
doing?
Robbin.
How is everybody tonight?
We're good, thank
Pretty
you.
good, Robbin.
Good to see you.
Pretty good.
Great. Okay. Well, it's just really interesting to hear all your stories. I was sitting listening. Fascinating stuff. And I remember about a year ago, I can't remember what channel it was on, but there was a documentary about the Eel Pie Club, wasn't there? Do you remember that documentary? What was it called?
Yeah.
Do you
There's
remember what
3
I'm
out
talking
at the moment.
There's 3
And they had a
documentaries.
nice clip, didn't they? Do
Yeah.
you remember they had a nice clip of us all playing at the Barmy Arms?
Yes.
Do you remember
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there we all were playing outside the Barmy Arms.
Do you
And
have
we're
the
gonna
Eel
be
Pie?
back there, Gina, aren't we?
Yeah. 1st of August.
A beautiful sunny day, and we're doing it again, aren't we? Yeah,
Yeah,
we are.
1st of August.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, Robert, you've been playing for about over 20. Well, when did you start guitar? Because I read that you've been playing for over 20 years, but I got to feel you've been playing since you come out of the womb. But
Well,
I mean,
I tell you
you
something.
play like an angel.
I've been playing the guitar since I was about 14 years old, which is more than, I'm afraid to say, is a little bit more than 20 years ago now. Without giving my
Well, I wouldn't have guessed it, Robin.
Pardon me?
But I wouldn't have guessed it,
You've
Robin.
never guessed it. Oh, you'll see yourself.
And they say that you pay. Go ahead.
Was actually, because I was sort of the second generation, you know, I wasn't quite old enough to go to the Eel Pie Club when it was in its heyday. I missed that. But I was a little boy, you know, growing up in those days. And then when I became a teenager, that was the 70s. And my big sort of, my big inspiration to start with was Eric Clapton and Jimi Hendrix and those kind of rocky blues guys. And then after a couple of years, I discovered the blues of John Lee Hooker and BiBi King and Muddy Waters and all those kind of guys. When I was about 18, I'd been playing the guitar for about 4 years by then, you know. And I sort of changed my way of playing a little bit because it was such a big influence on me. And
that's great. What a great influence.
And I've just kind of been a session musician all my life, as well as running my own band as well now. So, you know, it's great, you know. I'm still going in lockdown. I'm sitting in this room doing live streams like this, and I love it. And it's good fun.
Well,
you know, it has been a bit tough. It's been a bit tough lockdown for us musicians, you know, because
I heard something. Yeah, I heard something really interesting. I mentioned earlier, I went to the doctor's. A lady there, the nurse there, doctor there, she said something really interesting. Because I said something, I was a blues singer or whatever. And she says, we miss you guys so much.
Yeah.
That's the first time I heard that, you know?
Yeah,
we don't have anything. She says, we need you guys. We need you. We need entertainment. Everything we can do. We don't have that part of our life.
You know, music is therapy, isn't it? It's therapy.
Oh yeah,
it's a healing thing, you know, and it's. I mean, I do advertise my gigs on social media, and I do see people saying, "Oh, we so miss our, you know, live music," and I think when it comes back, I think there'll be plenty of people who want to come and see it. So that's something to look forward to, isn't it? You know.
Yeah, they'll be breaking down the door. So, Robin, why don't you give us a song? What song are you going to play for the moment for us? So we can have a little listen. Speaking of, we need that energy. Give us some of that.
Well, I want to say thank you very much for inviting me on here tonight. I'm really honoured to be on, and thanks to Gina and Warren for asking me to come on, and thanks to you, Kat, for doing this as well. So I thought I'd actually be a bit self-indulgent and play an original song for you. But this one, it's in the style of Robert Johnson, you know. So, it's one that I wrote myself a few years ago, and it's called "Love Don't Mean a Thing." It's a blues.
Explain to everyone, just for a little bit of education there. Make sure explain to everyone who Robert Johnson is in a couple of sentences.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Robert Johnson was he was called the king of the Delta blues singers, and Robert Johnson was probably the first member of the famous 27 Club because sadly he was poisoned by a jealous lover. When he was 27 years old, and he just finished playing at a house party, and he was getting a bit too friendly with the host's wife. The host didn't take very kindly and dropped some poison into his drink. But before that happened, well, see, blues is, you know, it wasn't, you know, it was like it's almost like rap. You know, people were it was dangerous kind of music in those days, you know. It was dangerous, you know, but it was exciting, you know, and it was like vibrant and live, you know. But anyway, Robert Johnson was the famous. He wrote 29 songs, and a lot of them have become just completely the most iconic blues songs ever written, like Crossroads and, you know, Sweet Home Chicago, and that, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it's just been such a big influence. It was such an influence on the Rolling Stones and Eric Clapton and all these guys who sort of revived, because the blues was dying in the 60s, late 50s, 60s. It was dying on its feet. Obviously the Rolling Stones discovered the blues, and they brought it back to life, and they brought it to the young people who wouldn't have discovered it. And then they took it back to America. And of course, when the Rolling Stones went over and played at Chess Studios with, you know, where Muddy Waters used to Chess Records, yeah. The famous story was that Muddy Waters was working as a painter, and he was painting the ceiling in those days. And who knows? I don't know whether. I mean, maybe they were just. Who knows about that? But it was just a story, you know. But the thing is, it re-energized and it gave the blues a whole new lease of life, and it's still alive, you know. And it's still, and even it's such an influence on all the music that's gone on now, even up to modern day rap music. There's a still influence of blues in it, you know. So anyway, it's Robert Johnson was one of the pioneers. Without realizing, he didn't realize he was a pioneer. He was just going around playing his guitar and doing gigs, you know. And I think he used to play a lot of cover versions at parties, but he also wrote all these songs, you know, that luckily he recorded on 2 different or 3 different sessions. 29 songs, and they've become like almost the dictionary of what the blues is, you know, those songs.
Yes. So, well, I guess he kind of modernized it for his time, didn't he? I guess he brought it up to
Yeah. Obviously, Eric Clapton took the song Crossroads and he rocked it. And he
even at a festival, isn't it?
I wasn't going to play that, but you know, that's what Eric Clapton did with it, you know. Well, Robert Johnson's version wasn't anything like that, you know. So, but hey, Shall I start?
Some blues for us, Robbin. Go on.
Okay, so this song's called Love Don't Mean a Thing. It goes like this.
I don't know about that.
I'm going to do it. All right, are you ready? Here we go.
Oh, let's go, babe. Yes.
Here we go. She got my heart on a string. Yes, I had a woman, got my heart on a string. Got me right where she want me now. Ooh, but I love don't mean a thing. Yes, I love that woman. She's fine every way. Well, I love that woman, yeah. She's fine in every way. But I woke up one morning, whoa, she took her love away. Oh, yeah. She said, love, that was forever. From her heart and from her soul. Ooh, she said love was forever now. Heart and soul. She got a brand new lover. Brand new sweet jelly roll. But I still got my guitar here, baby. Come on. Well, she said she found a new lover, and I love she couldn't hide. She said she found a new lover. Yes, I love she couldn't hide. When I think about it, whoa, I wring my hands and cry. That's no lie. Well, yeah, she got me where she want me, yeah. Whoa, love don't mean a thing. Whoa, she got me where she want me, people. Her love don't mean a thing. I'll say it one more time. You know. Well, love don't mean a thing.
Damn, don't you love it? They say if you don't love the blues, you ain't got a heart. Baby, you got some heart, let me tell you.
Oh, there it is. Thank you. That's the blues.
Oh, well done. That's Robbin BiBi, guys. Robbin BiBi from the Eel Pie All Stars that you'll be seeing down at the Eel Pie Club coming up, opening again on June 24th. Well, you've got a gig coming up as well, don't you? That's in May at the Cavern, isn't it? What day is that?
I do have. Yeah, actually, we are with my trio, the Robbin BiBi band. We are we're playing the first night of live music at the Cavern, at the Cavern venue in Rains Park. And it's the first night, according to the roadmap, you know, it's the first night where they're going to allow live music. It's going to be socially distanced, and it's going to be 50 people only. But it's not a ticketed affair, but you have to pay on the door to go in. I mean, it's not a free thing. It's not ticketed, but you have to pay an admission fee. So, and it's first come, first served. You know.
Yeah,
so
that's over at SW20, isn't it?
Yeah, once he gets more 50, he's not allowed. It's 50 people, and that's it. He's not allowed any more than that. So it's
May 17th, is it?
May the 17th. It's the reopening of the music, and he's having us, which is great. You know, good old Noel Nevin. I'll give him a shout out. Noel Nevin.
That's fantastic.
He does a lot of live music there. He does a lot of live music.
Cavern Club. And if you wanted more information, they can go to robinbband.co.uk, robinbband.co.uk, and that's one B, Robin. Sorry about that.
It's one B in the Robbin and two B's in the BB. That's right. I'm two B's in the BB, but one B in the Robbin, if you know what I mean.
Two B's in the BB, one B in the Robin, two B's in the BB.
It's very confusing. I know it's very confusing.
I was doing something weird that night. I was doing lots of things very weird that night. So my apologies.
It's all right. When you've got a name like mine, you get used to it. It's okay.
It's a great name. So, Robin, what did you do over lockdown? You mentioned you had done some concerts in your imagine.
Can you say that again, Kat? Sorry, you froze a little bit. Speak to me
Oh,
again.
right. It's my American accent. I heard myself today. God, you're so American.
No, it just froze slightly. Yeah.
You mentioned that you during lockdown you were doing some concerts. You made some concerts.
Yeah.
Was it in your home?
Yeah, just at home. I've fitted out my front room here. It's like a music room. I've got a PA set up. I've got all my equipment set up. So I just plug in and off I go, basically. And that's it. And I mean, I've used a bit of technology, and I've got a looper, so I actually used it on that last number. It did sound like there was an extra guitar in there, but it was me playing it. But I played it. I sort of programmed it earlier, and so I've just been sitting here doing that because I like to perform, and it's like it sort of satisfies my performing. My addiction to performing is now satisfied. Well, not satisfied because it's nothing like playing in front of a proper live audience. It's not quite like that, but it's quite good if you've got nothing else. You can stream a live show. I tend to stream it onto my Facebook page, and a lot of people come on. I've done quite a lot of it, particularly in the last probably in the last 6 months. Whereas I started out at the beginning of lockdown. I did some festivals. I did some gigs for a few different promoters and other artists who asked me to do gigs for them, and virtual gigs. So I did them. And then I thought, well, I'll do my own as well. So I started doing my own every couple of weeks on a Thursdays usually. But I'm going to change. I won't be on a Thursday after a while. It'll probably change it to a Wednesday or a Tuesday or a different night. Okay. Anyway, yeah.
Oh, we got a clip of that. Should we run a clip of Robbin during his lockdown gig and have a look at that? And then we'll get back with Gina and Warren and have a little chitty chat.
Oh, that's a rock and roll song. Why did I leave my love singing in the cold? Why did I leave my love singing in the cold? Somebody took her away and now there's nobody left to hold. Tell me why did I leave my Lucy out in the rain? Tell me why did I leave my Lucy out in the rain? I don't know where she's gone or when I'm gonna see her again. Tell me why? Tell me why? Tell me why? Lucy left, but never ever said goodbye. Hey there, mister, have you heard? Lucy ran away and never said a word. If you see her looking all alone, why don't you send her right back home? Why did I leave my Lucy in the rain? I'm searching high and low until I see her again. I lived alone for just one night. Thought everything was gonna be alright. I shouldn't have let her out of my sight. I can't sleep no more. Lost my appetite. Now why did I leave my love safe in the cold? Oh, she got away. I got nobody here to hold. Listen, tell her why.
Oh wow. I think it was about a 5-minute clip, so we'll interfere, Robbin, and go ahead and see if we can. Yeah, there you are. We'll interfere because we had to sort of faded. Yeah, I can see you. We faded out. So between the three of you guys, can you tell us what to expect? I know the All Stars. You got an opening gig at the Eel Pie, and that's in June. And that's with the All Stars. They'll be opening, bringing us back to life with Eel Pie. Is that what's happening?
That's right. That's what's happening. And hopefully we'll get some guests coming along as well.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah.
Anybody in mind at the moment?
If you'd like to come along, Kat, you'll be more than welcome.
Yeah, we love to have you back.
It's been a while. I used to do the Christmas gigs there, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
And I kind of missed that. I missed being there.
Yeah.
I mean, a
Yeah,
couple
love it
of Christmases I couldn't make it, so I just might take up on that. We'll have a
Okay,
little chat
all
about
right.
that later.
Yeah, well, we'll talk about that
Thank you.
later. But
Sweet
also,
show.
I'd also like to mention about Robbin. Robbin and also with Tim Hain and Alan Glenn, they put on this wonderful tribute to Peter Green, which they're going to be doing for the second time at the Eel Pie Club on the 28th of October. And that was it. We absolutely sold out last time. It was absolutely excellent.
5-star excellent.
Yeah. So we're really looking forward to that. 28th of October.
And you can go to eelpieclub.com, get all that information. You can get tickets there as well, could you?
Yeah. Tickets are on sale.
Oh, sorry, what did you say, Warren?
The tickets are on sale. Sorry, tickets are on sale. If they go into the website, they can book via the website through See Tickets. All explains if they go into the website. Yeah.
Oh, Robbin, what did you say, Robin?
Well, I was just going to say, actually, yes, it'll be the second time for the full band, but in fact, it'll be the third time because Tim and me did an outdoor gig, didn't we? Do you remember?
Yes, it's a duo, and that was fantastic.
It was.
We had a lovely.
We can repeat that too in the summer. That would be lovely.
Yeah.
But the thing is, we're just so gradually getting back into it. We have to be so careful because we just don't know really from one week to another what the rules are going to be.
Yeah, it keeps changing.
Just inch in there, but stick to the rules so we stay. You know what I mean? If anybody breaks them, we're in trouble. So little by little, don't get too greedy. Little by little, get there, get big, social distance, and by the time Christmas, we'll be like nudging each other again like that.
Yeah, but last summer we did do some fabulous gigs in the garden of the Cabbage Patch, and that's where we actually hold the Eel Pie Club. But we did some lovely gigs outside in the garden. It was beautiful.
Yeah, it was like a 5-star hotel in the garden. It was really beautiful, and it was sort of dinner evening and really good. And Robbin and Tim were there doing their Peter Green show. It was excellent. Yeah.
Good. That's over in Twickenham. What's the postcode? TW11 or was it TW?
No, it's TW1 3 S for sugar, Z for zebra.
So you guys can look that up on your phone app and get yourself over there. So before we start wrapping up or anything like that, we're going to get another song from Robbin at his tuning. And are you going to be playing any of these songs at the Eel Pie, Robbin?
Maybe. Yes, maybe.
Okay.
Next time I have my band in the Eel Pie, I certainly will. Yes. So yeah. I mean, in fact, I think that there's a possibility. Well, hopefully, I'm going to have the Robbin BiBi band in there with a 6-piece band with a 3-piece horn section, which was one that we were going to do last year. Of course, we couldn't do it because of the pandemic. So I was going to do one of the songs off my album that with the horn players. I was going to just play that for you now. Actually, I was going to play one called "No More a Secret," which is the title track off the latest studio album that we've done. It's going to do that.
Okay, unfortunately, I can't try to get you in a. Yeah, go ahead. I was trying to get you in a single shot, but I don't think I can. Never mind. We'll learn all this technology.
I might even have to stand up and sing this because it's a lively sort of song, and I can't sit down. I have to jump up and down when I do this song. So I might have to just, if you excuse me, I'm going to stand up. I'm going to reposition the camera, folks. Okay.
Okay.
So let's try that. I just want to make sure can you still see me all right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Good. Okay. Right. So this is called "No More a Secret," and it's a jolly happy song. And you can all dance, and sing and clap, and have fun.
Shake a groove thing.
I'm just going to do something technical here. If you just like to talk amongst yourselves for 20 seconds.
I like that loop type of machine that you use. That's really inspiring. I love that sort of thing.
I'm going to use it again now, but I'm going to play. Obviously, I'm going to sing and play. But this is so.
Well done, Robbin. Thank you.
Are you ready? Here we go. We're going to do it. Okay, here we go.
Come on, Robbin. Fantastic.
Oh yeah, you hear that?
Yeah. Go for it, man.
Your is only, no one else can hear. Come a little closer, so high, I can whisper in your ear. You're the one I'm dreaming about. You're the one make me jump, you make me shout. I finally found just what I've been looking for. I'm your king bee, baby. I couldn't ask for more. Ain't a secret all this time. How long it's taken me to realize that my mind be moving too slow. No more a secret. Everybody knows. Everybody knows. Everybody knows. You came along, and I need you so bad. You got love, oh, like I never had. It's easy being with you. I'm crazy about you, baby. I know you're crazy too. You put the smile back on my face, yeah. Sometimes I rain the world's a better place. You got your angel wings around me. And the night has been a long time, baby, but I know everything's alright. It's been a secret all this time. How long it's taken me to realize my mind be moving too slow. No more secret. Everybody no more a secret. No more a secret, baby. Everybody knows, yeah. You put the smile right back here on my face. Sometimes around the world, it's a better place. You got your angel wings around me, baby. All through the night. It's been a long time, but I know that everything's alright. It's alright. It's alright. It's alright. It's been a secret all this time. How long it's taken me to realize my mind been moving just a little too slow. No more a secret. Everybody know more a secret. No 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 more a secret, baby. Hey, all right, listen. No more a secret. No more a secret.
No more secret.
No more a secret.
No more secret.
No more a secret, baby. All right now. No more a secret. No more a secret, baby.
No more secret.
No more a secret. All right.
Woo!
Yes! Woo! Robbin BiBi in the house. Now you're gonna catch Robbin BiBi at the Eel Pie Club with the Eel Pie All Stars on the
I've got no
24th of
control
June.
over that machine.
You can never have control of machines, you know that. Same as women, you can't control them either.
Oh no, that's another story. Carry on.
Yeah, we're not doing that, yeah.
Oh, no,
So
baby.
you got Robbin BiBi and his band will be on the May 17th at Raiders Lane at the Cavern, and then catch him with the Eel Pie All Stars on the 24th of June, and that's where you'll see Gina and Warren. They're running the club and owning the club and owning the whole situation, because we love going to the Eel Pie Club for the blues, definitely. So listen, guys. Anything else we haven't covered? Let me just think. I had something going on in the back of my head. I don't think that was about it. Anything you would tell us that we should be doing? We told them everything else we need to know. The future of the Eel Pie is great. We can get back in boogie. That's going to happen, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. As soon as possible. I mean, but throughout this pandemic, I've been rescheduling, rescheduling. This is how it's been going, but it will happen. And we have a great lineup. And so, as Warren was saying, just look on the website. We've got some great gigs coming up right into 2022.
What's the website again?
eelpieclub.com.
Robbin, where are you? Where can we find you?
Well, I've got a few places actually. You can find robbinbband.co.uk. And also, if you look me up on Facebook, I've got a Facebook page, which is facebook.com/no more a secrets.
No more secrets. I love that. And you're a great songwriter. And on your website, can you put up some of your albums there?
Yes, they're all. We have 12. We have 11 albums. We have one EP and we have one DVD, and they're all. They're all for sale. Yes. So yeah.
And that's for download or physical, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, some of them are on Spotify. I've got 3 albums on Spotify, and the rest of them you have to get their physical CDs. Yeah, and there's one DVD as well. And I have a YouTube. I started a YouTube channel in this lockdown, which is just Robbin BiBi Music. It's youtube.com/c/Robbin BiBi Music. So, I just had time on my hands, and I thought I've got to learn how to learn a bit of technology. So I did a YouTube channel, Yeah.
It's great.
I put a lot of my own songs on. I put also some cover versions of songs that I really love playing, that I love all sorts of people. Yeah.
That was the thing about lockdown, wasn't it? We had time.
Yes.
We were running so much. Did you realize I've been running so much? And the first 2 weeks of the first lockdown, it was so strange. I kind of like, I'm like in bed watching a movie with a glass of red wine at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, because there's no place to be. Nothing to do.
Yeah, I did the same thing, Robbin. I started a YouTube page. I don't know quite how to operate it, but I started, and I downloaded.
I didn't know that, so I need to subscribe to you then.
Yeah, it's called.
Gina, what's your YouTube?
It's called Eel Pie Club Live Gina.
Oh, I'll get onto that and I'll subscribe.
And it's got.
Gina,
If you look on the playlist, it's got all the videos that I can find on YouTube. I've downloaded, and also my own videos. Awesome. I've actually downloaded onto it.
Oh yeah.
Cool.
So yeah, and you'll see yourself. And Blake Powell, who takes lots of wonderful videos and photographs. He's also subscribed, and he's just said I can take anything off his page as well. So that was great.
And while we're mentioning names, we want to say behind us, we've got some great photos that were taken by Gina Way, Pat Stancliffe, and Jennifer Noble as well. So there's probably a few more on there, but those pictures that you can on the website, that's where we got the pictures from.
Yeah.
If you want to see more on Jennifer Noble's page.
Eel Pie Club Facebook page, yes.
Eel Pie Facebook page, exactly.
Yeah.
But you can check all those out there. And I thank you guys for coming on so much. And one thing I have, I keep thinking of things and they keep leaving me. So let's leave it at that. So Gina Way Warren Walters, Robbin, BiBi, thank you so much for dropping in Live Talking Blues TV. We'll see you again next time. Thank you. Don't forget to go down, get your tickets. I'll see you at the club.
Yeah, great. Thank you. And thank you, Kat. Thank you so much for inviting us.
One more thing. Behind the scenes, we want to thank Patsy for running the technology for us.
Thank you.
Yes, Patsy.
Thank you, Patsy. Thank you, Patsy. Yeah, well done, Patsy.
Good home, Patsy.
Well done, Patsy. Yeah.
Good home, darling.
Well done,
Good home, Patsy.
Give it up for Patsy.
See you guys.
She was watching us.
Oh, that's nice.